Okay, so this week's secondary objective is terrible, that's what I think anyway. Which is to do a 5-minute rambly-ish style blog, I don't know, style thing about something other than wargaming. So first of all, here's in front of my camera is wargaming, which isn't related, it's just I don't have anything else to stick in front of the camera, so we're going to go with that. So, I don't know, mostly I have lots of interests other than wargaming, but I think this painting challenge has kind of got in the way of a lot of them. Just because I've been kind of, in my free time, trying to prioritise doing this rather than other things. So, I don't know, just had less time for them, which means I have less to say about them, which is funny really. So I guess we'll go with fitness. That's like a broad one. I'm not very fit, but it's an interest of mine, I guess. So this year, last year, because last year I read a book in January and a book in February, and basically went, hey, I've read a book for these first 2 months, and it's March, and I'm reading a book, and went, hey, I could have a year goal of reading 1 book a month. It's like a minimum, it wasn't like a maximum, because 1 book a month isn't that much, but I was doing quite well at that, so I went, hey, this is good if we do 1 book a month, and that'd be something we complete over a year. And we did that, and that was good, and it kind of just worked out as a thing to do. And it wasn't a New Year's resolution, because it started in March really, because that's when I started trying to do it. And it wasn't like, because New Year's resolutions I think always meant go on forever and ever, and I've never got into them. But like a year goal was just something to do for a year, and then, well, hey, you're done, you made it, you didn't. So that started with that, and then that worked out. So then this year I went, hey, that year goal was good, so we'll try that again. And what we did was came up with loads of goals, like way too many goals, and they weren't the same because they weren't organic. So like that, like I say, like first year it was just, hey, I happen to be doing this thing, and I could try and like commit to continuing to do it, and then it's done. Well, this year 2016 was more, hey, here's a load of things I think I should do, we'll try and do them this year, but with loads of them, and they weren't really anything which I was already doing, so didn't work out. So I think there's loads. Like I wanted to learn crochet, which I learned crochet wrong, and then which takes skill. I can't quite remember what it was. I think I learned how to do the cross stitch wrong, and now I need to mentally correct it. But anyway, so we dropped that, not because of that, just because I had too many things. Improving our painting, that was a goal, but I mean, technically I've been doing it because the painting challenge probably has improved my painting. But yeah, it was just kind of painting and modelling take a lot of focus time, and I tend to find that with that, I tend to get distracted from what I'm meant to be doing. So like, at the beginning of this year I said, hey, I'm not going to do conversions, or at least, not focus on doing conversions, because that's like a whole different skill set of kit bash and whatever, and I'd rather improve my painting. And so this year I've sort of had some of what I call my best conversions, which I think that's like, we're tangent into hobby, but we're not meant to be. It's just because it's a year ago. But yeah, bad. Anyway, so yeah, that was basically one of the things. But then that sort of fell off just because I think it was one thing where it was a big time commitment. So we're kind of doing that, but it's not really a year goal anymore. Anyway, so there's like loads of these. Well, not loads, but I think there's like 9, which was way too many. And really, it was because I had all these goals rather than one goal. They were all taking up too much time, and we weren't. Yeah, so pretty much they were all failing, still getting in the way. So pretty much what we did was we dropped all of them except for 2, which seemed to be the ones with which would have the most benefit to me and in life or whatever. And one of 2 was fitness, which was just basically I have a desk job, and to do my job doesn't actually involve needing to move around at all. It's just at a computer typing away, and that means that I'm sitting down for a large amount of the working day. And I don't think with that, with the sort of lifestyle of like working with computers and stuff like that, just yeah, I didn't really think that it was probably going a good way. So yeah, so this year 2016 goal was fitness. So I started that with running, which I started sort of doing half run, half walk, and a sort of like a mile route of which I could half run, half walk with a lot more walking and a lot less running, and hyperventilate a lot. But that's sort of like, it's good because it's a mile, so it's a good benchmark. So I tend to do that about twice a week usually. It varies slightly. It's pretty good because it's a mile, so like I can see myself improving. I reckon I could probably do it twice now, but I have not yet done it twice. Just something I need to find the time for, because like now I try and go out at lunch, and really I've only got time to do the one lap. Anyway, so yeah, so I ran for a bit, and then basically I got short hamstrings and things like that, and the hills were seeming tough, so I thought I could find something to do with this when I started doing yoga, which is awesome. I love yoga. I've been doing yoga for 3-4 months now. I think now I do yoga more than running, but yeah, I started doing yoga, so that's pretty fun. I like yoga. This isn't a good ramble. But yeah, but like, I think the yoga confidence running mostly because I've wanted to have, like, rather than doing like, I'm not really a fan of doing weights. I prefer to do purposeful activity rather than like static for the point of activity. So rather than trying to create a stretching routine specifically for running, I started doing yoga because I thought it would be better to sort of do stretching which covered everything rather than creating weaknesses by missing things out. So I've been doing that for 4 months at a local yoga place, and it's actually really good because like yoga in my head before I started doing it always sort of, I don't know, I always sort of had the picture of what they call it, like pregnancy yoga sort of thing, and that sort of thing, like calm, relaxing, stretching in a room with music and being sleepy. And actually there's some classes like that, but most classes are actually like, there's a lot more active sort of style classes like Ashtanga primary series, which is just like it's like a routine, and the routine's always the same. That's like my favorite class at the moment. And there's hot yoga where you're like in a heated room doing like a dynamic sequence. So it's actually quite good exercise because I've got distraction. I've got my Polar M400, which I got mid-February, which was sort of part of my fitness thing, just after February half term, because my brother came up for that and he's got a Polar watch. And that was my decision making for getting, was he had a Polar watch, he liked it. I went, well, here, we'll get one of those, and it saved comparing all the other watches on the market. So basically this watch has GPS built in, and it's sort of like activity tracking, so it does like paces, and then you have active sort of activity setting where you pick your activity. It doesn't have a heart rate monitor built in, it has a separate heart rate monitor chest strap that you wear. But that's really good because I wear that when I'm doing yoga, so I can see how. So basically the activity counts for something, because if I don't wear my watch because it's time or wrist, then it looks like I've not had my watch on for an hour or two. Well, if I wear the heart rate monitor, then it logs the activity, and often it's pretty good. Like, it's about 60% of, like, often I can get like 40 to 60% of my day goal, which is like, I have like the minimum setting, there's loads of settings. My day goal is like the equivalent of 1 hour of running. But yeah, we often get good like that, and it's an awesome watch. It does being a watch as well. I say like a lot, that's why I've noticed. Not because of watch, just because I don't have a script or a plan, and I'm trying to think of things to say, so I tend to say like a lot, which annoys me. So yeah, so it's not, I haven't really covered much, we just had a long ramble. So yeah, do yoga, yoga's awesome, really like it, been doing it this year. Do running, got to run the mile, need to run more, like a longer distance sort of thing, because it's quite a fun route actually, because there's a hill in it, and kind of originally I was doing it so you did the hill last. I did the hill last, which involved a really steep bit of hill, and then gradual sort of incline, but steep hill's really short. It's like maybe 10 meters of just very steep incline and then gradual incline. But I've recently started running it the other way, so you hit the hill first, and when you hit that way, it's quite a relatively steep incline, but not as steep as the other way, but sort of goes on longer. That's kind of how stuff works. And I find that one is a lot harder to run, just because I find that I kind of, I guess, sort of, you get sort of a burnout effect of going up a hill and having to put the energy in, and then have to maintain the run after doing that. So that's added a bit of variation to it, and feels like there's a bit more exertion in it. So that's good variation. But yeah, need to increase it to 2 miles and then build up to 5. I don't really have any goals with running as far as how far to go. I just like to get it so that I can run prolonged for a longer distance, because then it increases the places which I can go to. So yeah, that was, there you go, that's like 10 minutes. So turns out 5 minutes was kind of easy, or easier than it sounded. But yeah, that's a ramble about something except for hobby, like the miniature related hobby, except for when it came in. But it only came in as a tangent about year goals. So yeah, so I got 2 year goals, and I'm doing alright on both of them for this year. Kind of seems to be what the blog turned out to be about. Blog. Okay, bye.